channel. My name is Sweetie. I'm an otaku hottie who loves all things anime, manga, comics, TV shows, film, you name it. I am very passionate about these topics and I love talking about them. So if you are really passionate about these topics or you want to learn more about them, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so we can have a fun time with chill vibes. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Wonder Woman 1984. The film just came out on Christmas and boy, is there a lot to unpack. Like, oh my gosh. This film is a disgrace to not only Wonder Woman fans, but to comic book fans and even just movie goers in general. It is a disgrace. Literally, it's a gigantic dumpster fire. I was so excited because the first Wonder Woman movie was really good. I really enjoyed it. The third act wasn't too solid, but overall it was a good movie and I was looking forward to this film. But it is a hot piling piece of garbage. It is trash. It is a whole entire landfill. That's how bad this movie is. And I'm a huge Wonder Woman stan. Like, I am a hardcore Wonder Woman stan. And this just was so disrespectful and so terrible. It was so bad. I don't think I've been this disappointed over a movie or a TV show since season 8 of Game of Thrones came out. And that's saying a lot. If you know and you remember how upset and disappointed people were over Game of Thrones season 8, you know, that's how upset and disappointed I am in this movie. Literally everything that the trailers overhyped this movie to be, everything that we were shown in the teasers was a lie. Everything was a lie. I'm gonna break this video down into 3 parts though. I'm gonna do an overall overview of what the movie is about, and then I'm gonna break down the issues I had with the plot, and then the characters in the movie and the issues I had with the characters. So that is a breakdown of how this review is going to be. First, let's talk about the overview and premise of the movie. So this is essentially the plot right here. So it's 1984, as you all know in the title, and after Wonder Woman stops a jewelry heist at a mall, it turns out that the jewelry store that the robbers stole from was actually a front for the black market trade, and there are a bunch of ancient artifacts that have been recovered by the FBI, and so these items get transferred to the Smithsonian. So Barbara Minerva, aka Cheetah in this film, can analyze the items and identify them for the FBI and help them out. One of these artifacts is a really valuable stone called the Dream Stone. And so basically what this Dream Stone can do is that if you have possession of the stone and if you hold the stone, it can grant you any wish imaginable, any wish, but at a cost. So it's kind of like the monkey's paw. You know, you can wish for something, but it'll cost you. And that's gonna typically be your most prized possession or something that you really hold near and dear to your heart. Diana wishes for Steve Trevor's return because she's so depressed and she can't live without Steve Trevor after she lost him in World War II. That is Diana's wish. Barbara Minerva, again, who is like this really nerdy, like cliche 1980s character trope of like the lame nerd that nobody cares or respects and who's not cool and who's just really socially awkward. Yeah, that is her trope. She wishes to be like the cool kids. So she wishes to be like Diana. She wants to be Diana because she wants to be cool and she wants to be able to wear heels and be confident. And then we have Maxwell Lord. He is an oil tycoon who is losing everything. His company is going under. He has barely anything left and nobody really respects him. All he has really is his son, and he wants to prove to his son that he is not a loser, and on top of that, he just wants power, and he wants to prove all these people who are doubting him wrong. That is Maxwell Lord. So when he gets possession of the stone, he wishes to become the stone itself. Thus, because of this wish, everything else throws the entire world into calamity because he's traveling all over the place wishing for outrageous wishes. Walls are appearing out of nowhere. People, again, like Barbara Minerva got superpowers because of it, because she wanted to be like Diana. Just all types of outrageous things are happening. People are dying left and right from heart attacks. Like, it's Death Note up in here. Like, it is out of hand and it gets crazy. And it gets out of hand to the point where Maxwell Lord wants to have world domination. So eventually he gets to the White House. He's able to make a wish on the president so that he can get control over this particle satellite broadcast system, because the particles touch people. So because of his influence, he gets that power and he's able to go to this bunker to broadcast to the world. So in order to stop him, Diana has to renounce her wish, because here's an important thing too. In order to beat the Dreamstone or whatever, to set things right, you either have to destroy the stone or you have to renounce your wish. And since Maxwell Lord became the stone, they have to destroy Maxwell Lord or they have to renounce their wish. So Diana eventually flies off to the secret base where the particle satellite bunker is. She fights Cheetah, beats Cheetah, and then she has to stop Maxwell Lord. And because she can't get to them because of this random wind power that he gets that comes out of nowhere, because of that, she uses her lasso to somehow talk no jutsu him and the entire world into renouncing their wish. So she pulled a Naruto on us and talked no jutsu to the entire world so that everything can go back to normal. And then Maxwell reunites with his son because he realizes that's what's important to him and that's his truth. So that is the plot of the film. Now we're going to talk about the plot issues that I had with this film. There's a lot of issues that I had with the movie overall, but I'm not going to talk about all of them, so I'm going to condense it down to two main points. My first main point is with the pacing. The pacing of the film is very bad. It is very, very bad. It's like, that's why the film is so boring to watch. Literally, after the 100-minute mark, like, you finally get like real action scenes. Like, the only two action scenes you get throughout the first main half of the film is when the Amazons do the little triathlon Olympics thing at the very beginning when Diana was a kid. And then when Diana does stops the jewelry heist at the mall. And those are the only two action scenes you get within that first 100 minutes. You don't see her end the Wonder Woman role until she gets to Egypt, which is well past like the halfway point in the movie. And mind you, this film is 2 hours and 30 minutes long. It did not need to be that long. It was so boring, it was so unnecessary, and it was so random. Like, a lot of the scenes that were in there didn't need to be in there. This is a Wonder Woman film. Where was Wonder Woman? It took so long for the film to really take off and for the movie to really start. It was a hot piling piece of trash. And it was really cheesy, cliche, and boring. And like, I get that maybe Patty Jenkins was trying to play on those 80s tropes, but it did not, it was working a little bit at first, but then it got to the point where it was really cringy and very unnecessary. My second and main grievance with the film is the extremely lazy writing and the dozens of plot holes that were in this film. It was so bad. Honestly too, I had a feeling just because of how the film was going and they were doing one of those little wishing movies that it was going to go down this road, and it went down the road all right. It crashed and burned down the road. For one, Diana's powers, they don't make sense because of the lack of the continuity there was not only in the film but also throughout the entire DC extended universe. Like, Diana's losing her powers because she made this wish to bring Steve Trevor back. And so out of nowhere, while her and Steve Trevor are escaping on this jet, don't get me started on the freaking jet, she suddenly has this ability to make things invisible, like an invisible touch. Where did this power come from? It was so random. And mind you, she's losing her powers right now. So how does she have the power to do this if she's losing her powers? Another thing is, why was she overusing her lasso? Like, she was swinging everything. Like, she was Spider-Man swinging around in New York talking about, with great power comes great responsibility. Like, are you serious? Like, she was freaking Indiana Jones up in here. Like, it was so unnecessary. Like, where was her shield? Didn't she have her shield still from the first movie? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure she did. And it just did not make any sense. They overhyped the armor of Assyria too. Like, literally that armor got ripped to shreds by Cheetah after it was saying that Assyria was holding back all of these men, and Cheetah just utterly destroyed it. Like, what was the reason? Why? Why was it in there? And I've always felt like they really nerfed her in the films, but now that she can fly, like, now don't get me wrong, like, some of these action sequences were beautiful, like her learning how to fly. It was visually stunning. Her swinging from a lightning bolt, visually stunning, but it did not make sense. Especially because a lot of these action sequences were put throughout the film randomly. It was really sporadic and it was really random. In the Dreamstone itself, how does the Dreamstone work? Because if you watch the movie, when Diana makes her wish, she doesn't verbally wish for anything. And in the film, it is hinted at that you have to verbally state your wish so that it can come true. So how did her wish come true if she never said it? Make it make sense. Let's be real here. I highly doubt everybody in the world renounced their wish. Come on now. If someone wished for $1 million, they are not renouncing that wish. They are not doing that. You cannot tell me that her little talk no jutsu speech worked on the entire world. Because I'm pretty sure Barbara Cheetah didn't renounce her wish. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember seeing her renouncing it. And then the jet. And then there was the jet. Where did that jet come from? Where did the jet come from? Like, first of all, how were they able to get access to this jet so easily? How does Steve Trevor, who's been dead for a long time, who's been dead since World War II, know how to fly a jet? How? Everything about the jet scene really just irritated me. And then him reacting to fireworks like he hasn't seen freaking explosions and stuff on a battlefield. Are you serious? You've never seen fireworks, but you've been on a battlefield and you've seen everything else? Overall, it was really random, really chaotic, and it was just trash. Now, let's go ahead and get into the characters now. First, we have Barbara Minerva, aka Cheetah. Probably the worst villain origin story I have ever seen in a movie. It was hot. It was a hot piling piece of garbage. She almost destroyed the world. The world was almost destroyed because she wanted to be able to wear heels and be pretty and be like the cool girls. But literally all her wish did was give her Diana superpowers and let her be able to wear heels, and like she just straightened her hair and got some outfits. She just got some outfits and that was it. Like what? She was really about to let the world be destroyed because she wanted to be cool and popular. Like popular, I want, like no, this ain't Wicked. This is not Wicked. No, it was pointless and it was stupid. Like, Like, did they not watch The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with that Electro backstory and how Jamie Foxx's character turned into Electro? Basura, it was trash. Trash. Then we have Maxwell Lord. Now, I actually think Maxwell Lord wasn't too bad until it got out of control. Cause I thought that when they had the random Mayan come in to explain the origins of the stone, that maybe the actual god who created this stone was going to be the actual villain of the movie, right? Wrong. Maxwell just gets all this power to the point where he can hold and blow Diana back out of nowhere because of the power of the wishes. Like, what? Finally, then after Diana talked no jutsus Maxwell Lord, and he renounces his wish so he can reunite with his son who's like just wandering around in this apocalyptic mess. He reunites with his son, and that's how Maxwell Lord gets a happy ending because he loves his son. Literally, there are no consequences for his actions. No consequences for him almost utterly destroying the entire world. He was basically like Xehanort from the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, when Xehanort, after you beat Xehanort basically doesn't get any major consequences. Like he dies, but then Master Ericus comes, talks to him, and they go to heaven together. Like, after everything Xehanort did too. Like, make it make sense. And then we have Steve Trevor. What was the reason?
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
What was the reason, bitch?
Why? Why did we need Steve Trevor to come back? I wanted to throw up when Diana said that he was the only thing that has brought her joy. Are you kidding me? That goes against everything of the character of who Diana and who Wonder Woman is. Are you freaking serious? What? You mean to tell me that Diana's been mourning for Steve for 40 years? Are you kidding me? Because World War II was in the 40s and this takes place in the 80s. She's been mourning for 40 years over a man? Literally, there's no point of Steve Trevor being in the movie. None whatsoever. And the way that they brought him back was basically, they couldn't bring him back completely, so they put his soul in a random dude's body. So that, I guess, like, Steve looks like Steve to Diana, but he looks like this random dude to everybody else. And then we have Diana. Then we have Wonder Woman. Literally, this is not Wonder Woman. This goes against everything that she did in this movie, goes against everything that Wonder Woman stands for and who she really is. Like, and I guess after she renounced her wish, she was finally being accepting of herself, because that's when she learned how to fly and be accepting of the reality that she's in now. But it was so unnecessary. I'd rather than much have her maybe wish to be home, be homesick and missing her mother, missing her Amazonian sisters and whatnot. Maybe if they had done that, that would have made the sequence at the beginning of the film make a lot more sense. Maybe her longing for her home, because she left Themyscira, she can't go back. There's no way of finding Themyscira. Like, that would have been a lot more compelling story of her longing for her home. You know, it would be a lot more compelling because, you know, like, she lost Steve Trevor is dead, you know, and she doesn't have her family. Her family is far away somewhere. She doesn't know how to find them. So her being homesick and missing her family would have really tied the story together, and I think given her more depth as a character. But instead you have her longing for and wishing for a man? A man? This is not Wonder Woman. No. Like no. And it was such a disappointment to watch. It really was, because I had high hopes for this film because Patty Jenkins did so good in the first one. But this was straight up trash. It literally got the treatment that season 8 of Game of Thrones did. Like, visually stunning, acting pretty solid, but the plot, the script was a hot piling piece of trash. I really had high hopes for this film, and they crashed and burned. My hopes crashed and burned with everybody else pronouncing their wishes. Like, it's just, everything just crashed and burned. And after I watched this movie for a second, I was like, you know, maybe it wasn't that bad. You know, like, there are some cool things, I guess. And at first I was being positive and saying maybe it was a 7 out of 10. But I was being way too generous, because I was going to go back and rewatch the movie to see if I was stripping, because the more I thought about it, the more issues I had with the film. But I could not even bring myself to rewatch the movie because it was so boring and so bad that I could not bring myself to rewatch the film. And that is saying a lot. So overall, it's trash. I give it a 3.5 out of 10 as my rating. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you like what I had to say, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to stay notified on when I upload my next video. I upload videos every week. So yeah, be on the lookout for those. And also keep up with me on my socials. I love talking to you all. I love engaging with you all. Let me know what your thoughts were on this movie too in the comments. Did you enjoy the movie? If you did, I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you did not enjoy the movie, tell me why. Why did you dislike the movie? Was there something that really bothered you about the film? Like, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your all's thoughts. And that's all for this video. Again, thank you so much, and I hope you all have a fantastic one. Bye bye.